Today we have a disassembly video on the Sig Sauer P365, chambered in 9mm. The P365 was released on January 8, 2018. When this gun came out, there was nothing on the market like it. People throw around the phrase, game changer. Well, this was truly a game changer. Before 2018, there was no subcompact this small that held 10 rounds. Most this size held 6 or 7, not 10. Enough about the origin. Let's get this puppy apart. First thing we're going to do is lock our slide to the rear. We're going to take our pinky finger. We're going to check the chamber. Oh, yeah, it's empty. Now we're going to drop our magazine. On the left-hand side of the gun, there's a lever that you can rotate down. This is going to allow you to slide your slide off of your frame. Alright, now since we got our slide off of our frame, let's focus on the slide at first. We're going to remove our guide spring. Just going to push in slightly, it's going to slide right out. Put that down. Now let's get our barrel out. We're going to have to lift that up because this is a tilt lock. And we're going to slide that out. Put our barrel down. Now we're going to focus on removing our firing pin. We're going to need our Glock tool because Glock tools are awesome. We're going to slide that underneath the firing pin latch. We're going to push the little plastic detent down. Now you want to make sure as you're doing that, you need to push that firing pin safety block. That's going to slide down. Then you can slide your plate off. Put your plate to the side. Now as you're pulling your firing pin out, you want to also hold in that firing pin safety block, otherwise that will shoot out. There's your firing pin. Put that to the side. Now let's remove that firing pin safety block. Oh yeah, there it is. And spring. Don't want to lose that. Those are pretty small. Let's put those down. Alright, that's our slide. We're not going to go any farther on that. Let's move on to our chassis. So we have a rear pin here. We're going to need a hammer, because if you're not using a hammer, you're not doing it right. We're going to hit on our Glock tool. That's going to drive out that pin. Now the pin is tapered on both sides, so it's non-directional. Now let's rotate that chassis out. We're going to lift up from the rear. And then we're going to slide back and wiggle. There's our frame. Here's our chassis. Let's get a better close-up on this chassis here. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Now don't mind the trash truck outside. They are quite rude, making all this noise during this YouTube video. The nerves of those guys. Alright, here's our frame. Nice, beautiful frame. Now there's a date on the inside of the frames here that will tell you when that is made. This particular one was made in 2019. That's going to be in the inner circle. The arrow is going to be pointed to the month, which this one's going to be made in April. All right, Ryan, we got our gun all disassembled on the table here. Now, how do we get this sucker back together? Don't worry, we'll show you how to do that. We're going to first focus on the slide. Let's get that firing pin safety block and spring. There's a groove in the block that's going to slide into. The spring's going to go to the outer side, not the inner side. And we're going to push that in. Alright, you're going to want to hold that compressed while you slide in your firing pin. Once you get your firing pin in there, it's going to hold that in place, so you don't have to worry about that disappearing. Now to get your plate on, you do have to press in that firing pin safety block. Once you push that in, then the plastic will slide in and you can slip on your plate. You're going to hear a click, and that tells you that it is properly seated. Let's go ahead and get our barrel. We're going to loop that puppy in. Yep, just slide that in. It's going to drop into place. Now let's get our guide spring. Fat side goes first. and that's got a groove in the barrel that's going to ride in. Let's go ahead and get our frame and chassis back together. There's two triangle points in the front that's going to fit into the chassis, so we got to slide that in first. It's going to wedge itself in there. Slide that down, rotate downwards, it's going to click into place. Now let's get our pin. This is non-directional. We're going to slide that in. We're going to get our hammer and we're going to send that sucker home. There's two little small springs on the inside that retain that. There's grooves that are cut in the pin, and those springs are going to ride in there. Alright, good job guys, y'all got that pin in. Now let's get our slide back on. We're going to have to get our takedown lever in the down position first, so we're going to lift up on our slide stop, rotate that down. Now we can slide our slide back on. You want to remember there's a tab inside the chassis. This lifts up when you pull the trigger to push your firing pin safety block so that your firing pin can go forward. You just want to make sure that's in the down position. Slide your slide all the way on, slide it back, lock it into place, then your takedown lever can be rotated to the locked position. Now we're going to do a little function test, make sure our trigger resets. Everything's all good there. We're ready to go. I hope y'all enjoyed this video today. If y'all want more in-depth videos on any other firearms, please let me know in the comment section below. You can always email me. This is all we got for the disassembly of the Sig Sauer P365. Please like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Y'all have a great day.